What the fuck is up? What's the deal? What up, though? We back. Well, really, we ain't never left nowhere. And we ain't going nowhere. What's all this? We ain't gonna get into that. But I see all this T.I., this Charleston White. I see all that, and it's a couple things I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Number one is we all know what Charleston White on, and we all know what he doing. And he looking to make examples out of people. Everybody saying he's stupid. He ain't stupid. That's a nigga on a mission who done already decided he was willing to lay down what he was going to lay down and do what he doing. Now, what bothers me about the T.I. situation, it was just 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was on the internet himself talking about his son going to jail. I did a whole little video about that. Like the most foulest thing he could have did that. Because now you as a father open the door for people to speak on your child. Shit, I as a father know everything my son does represents me. If my son does something to misrepresent me, then I got to talk to him no matter how somebody else jump out the window. I got to build with my son first. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody jump out the window and go to touch my son, then I guess we going to deal with that, depending. If my son was 18, 19 years old out here and he out here woofing at people and it's a one-on-one, I got to let him get what come to him because he is out here woofing on people. If I ain't teaching, that ain't how we roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of this shit is bad. And quite frankly, what's even more worse of it is this nigga Charleston White is going that bullshit behavior. Now, T.I. done got a bad record deal from some blankety Blake folks. Boosie done got Boosie just got fucked out of artists. Now, I fuck with both of these niggas. But ain't no way in hell I'ma jump past a nigga who said some shit on the internet. I'ma jump at him and jump past motherfuckers who actually robbed me in business. Nigga, please. And that's like, see, everybody's so worried about what Charleston White's saying, but what we ain't looking at is what the fuck he exposing. How the fuck can a blankety blank man rob you out of millions of dollars and you sit there, beg, plead, and do interviews, but a nigga say something about you over the internet, he gotta die though, huh? Come on, man. I ain't into talking about nobody kids and none of that, but like, let's be clear that we all done been there and we all done been the kid that was talked about and we all done heard somebody kid talked about. You see these marks on me? A little spoiled ass. I've been living off my parents' ass. My mama jumped in and defended me every time I did something wrong, ass nigga put him here. And you know what I did? I put his ass in the dirt. Am I happy about that shit? Nah, but I look at this situation right here and I see this is exactly where we headed. Your parents having money don't necessarily, or your parents being able to pay to get you out of trouble, it kind of circumvents the idea of parenting. And then it kind of gives a false illusion. It kind of gives a false illusion of what reality is and what's going on in reality. Now, I heard a boy that done grew up rich talking about a middle-class kid saying he ain't never had no real fight. To be honest with y'all, I bet none of y'all ain't never had no real fights. That's just like this guy right here. He ain't never had no real fight. He ain't never even had no real conflict with another man. And when he did, what'd he do? Bitched out. He ain't want no fight. He couldn't verbally handle it. I gotta go get my mama a shotgun. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I fuck with Charleston. I don't agree with how he do everything, but it's too much bitch assness. And I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna skip past the blankety blank man that just fucked me out of millions to go argue with a nigga that said something over the internet, man. That is the most softest shit in the world, dog. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? And then that's the crazy part, because motherfuckers shoot, you proving Charleston right. Y'all proving him right. And then this is the problem. Everybody saying he wrong, this wrong, saying what he's saying is wrong. So it's cool when a motherfucker be like, your daughter's a bitch, but you call my daughter a bitch. She under the umbrella. That's cool. I mean, really, is it cool? Cause man, it's a whole, and then I'm listening to comedy hype, and they talking about how people on different levels. Like, this is the shit that really bothers me. Just because somebody is famous or because somebody that made some money, that don't make them a better human. That don't make them a better classy human being. That don't mean they some of the brains and DNA we need to be trying to save when the world is ending. It really don't. Some of these motherfuckers that got a couple of dollars is dope fiends, and they problems, and they're a whole lot of shit that we don't need to be respecting. Period. Some of these motherfuckers is straight up fuck ups, and the only reason they got a little bit of money, or we think they got money, is because they promote an image. Promote an image of self-destruction and bullshit. What is we doing? You know what I'm saying? And then everybody saying, oh, we need to ignore Charles. We need to ignore Charles. Maybe. But all of you motherfuckers with something against him to say, get a shitload of views when he do something. A shitload. The motherfuckers that understand or that part way agree or just stand out of it with an opinion, no views. But all y'all antagonists get a shitload of views. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And y'all sitting there talking about the goose, but y'all gander asses is gallivanting through the through the leftovers. So I really don't get it. To be honest with you, as a black man that just got shot by another black man and had to kill a black man, like, all of this shit is stupid. All this shit is stupid. And as I'm looking at how these interactions, man, some of y'all ain't never really put that work in. And some of y'all ain't never really put that work in yourselves. And some of y'all ain't never been in a position where somebody got the ups on you and you still got to try to make it through. Because if you did, all y'all would have a different value and respect for life. You motherfuckers are stupid, making millions of dollars arguing on the internet about nothing. And I'm going to keep it a bean pie with you. I don't give a fuck if you was T.I. or Clifford down the street from me. My son included, how our sons act represents us. Attitude reflects leadership. Attitude reflects leadership. Now, if my son jumps out of his 18-year-old pocket to jump in the way of a 40-year-old man, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Tell the 40-year-old man he wrong for how he respond? No, nigga, I'm wrong because my son didn't know to stay the fuck out of his way. At my age, and that's the funny thing, if somebody else's child got out of line with T.I., what would have happened with him? My point exactly. See, all this selectiveness just because a motherfucker had a hit record or some shit like that, that shit need to stop. And I ain't gonna say Tip wrong, but shit, somebody is. And quite frankly, to me, you hit the internet first talking about the trouble your son was getting into. You hit the internet first showing these niggas smoking weed in your jacuzzi. Y'all been promoting his dysfunction this whole time. It looked like y'all done set a TV show up promoting his dysfunction. So why you tripping over people saying something about it, or is it all a setup? While I'm sitting here healing up from these hoes and getting my mentality right from out to lay a nigga down for acting like how some of these motherfuckers in this shit is acting, man, y'all motherfuckers better get your shit right, dog. And then everybody listening to Charleston, this a very important thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm gonna make another video just for that, because I want to make sure everybody listening to Charleston, hearing what he's saying, or listening to him too tough. I want to make sure I clarify something from a legitimate standpoint.